Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balugum. Coming up on the program, Governor Sanwo-Olu flags off construction of Food Central Hub, State Government inspects construction of Psychiatric Hospital, and 2022 Jobs Initiative Lagos. Let's kick off the show from the agricultural sector. The Lagos State Government has flagged off the construction of its food security systems and central logistics park in Ekpe. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu says the food park will be the largest in sub-Saharan Africa when completed and will create uninterrupted food supplies to more than 10 million Lagosians. Take a look.
Lagos is the smallest state in the country, which occupies 0.4% of Nigeria's land mass, with a population of over 20 million, and the state relies on massive food importation. As part of efforts to make the state self-sufficient in food production, the government has taken a bold step to construct the largest food security systems and logistics hub on a 1.2 million square meters of land in Ketu-Erenyi, Ekpe. According to the Commissioner for Agriculture, the Central Food Security Hub would unleash huge potential in both the midstream and downstream sectors of the agricultural food sector.
Recent global events, from the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, the erratic weather patterns causing severe droughts and floods, to the war between Russia and Ukraine and spreading across Europe, has shed more light on the vulnerability of our food systems, particularly in urbanized societies such as Lagos that are more dependent on external food sources. A disruption in the food distribution sequence has catastrophic effects of significant proportion to the security of a people. The Lagos Central Food Security Systems and Logistics Hub project was conceived at the very beginning of the administration of Mr. Governor, who had the vision for a Lagos with food reserves, translating to a higher degree of availability, lower prices, less wastage, and more nutritious and wholesome food products. Upon completion, the Food Security Systems and Central Logistics Hub will unleash the huge potential in both the midstream and downstream sectors of the agricultural and food sector. This project will further reaffirm the state as a preferred market destination for agricultural produce along the West African corridor. I believe this project's enormity and scope will change the economic landscape of Ekpe and Lagos as a whole. No doubt it will lead to an influx of services in sectors such as real estate, banking, logistics, the hospitality sector, and a host of others. This is in view of the population increase, growth in per capita income, and improvement in the people's standard of living.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu says the project will provide uninterrupted food supply for residents of Lagos.
This project, when fully implemented, will indeed be a landmark that all of us will be truly proud of. When it's completed, the hub will create wealth for almost 5 million people. It will feed close to 10 million Lagosians, and it will guarantee food supply for at least 90 days for up to 5 million people. It will have the capacity to have storage facility for about 1,500 trucks per day. The services of thousands of operators per annum processing the large commercial transactions on these premises. This project will provide an improved productivity. It will guarantee greater returns for our farmers by cutting out several layers of middlemen. It will facilitate and improve access to modern processing and packaging services for our farmers. It will generate useful data for the use of government and government agencies. It will be a major connection between the private sector players, between multinational agencies, both local and international. In addition, this hub will provide a better buying experience for all of our consumers. It will help to achieve a reduction in logistics costs while guaranteeing the standardization of quality and quantity of various agricultural products. And therefore, I can boldly say that this is one of the most important agricultural interventions that we have seen in this country. The fact that it is taking place in Lagos, the most populous and the fastest growing economy in the entire subnational of Africa, means that it is bound to have a significant national, regional, and continental impact in our country and in Africa. As a government, we're fully aware of this potential. We have left no stone unturned in creating the policy framework that will power our emerging agricultural revolution. This is what has led us to the development of our 5-year Lagos State Agricultural and Food Systems Plan, which will launch in April 2021. The overall objective of that plan is to attain a mega city project like this.
He also announced that the Imota rice mill will be commissioned before the end of 2022.
Also in this neighborhood, in Imota, by the grace of Almighty God, we have invited Mr. President, who will be commissioning the biggest rice mill at Imota, which is just, if you go in a helicopter, which is just down the road there. A 32 metric ton, biggest rice mill in our country will be commissioned, by Mr. President before the end of this year, here in Ekpe Federal Constituency. Also not too far off from here, sir, we have gotten approval to construct and to build the Bejuleki Ekpe Airport project. The federal government has given us approval for the cargo and passenger airport terminal. And by the grace of God, we want to take our time to identify the best partner that will do this for us, that will collaborate. The land is there, the project has been well conceived, and it will also be a reality in your lifetime by the grace of God.
Partners of the project also expressed their commitment to deliver standard structure for the people.
If you understand the crisis of transporting food and the logistics involved, you will understand what this project will do. I mean, the commissioner has spoken a lot, you've watched videos, and I can assure you that this project has been in the making for almost 3 years. Mr. Governor, let me say that every of your concerns and your warning to us, for example, I don't want disruption. Don't disrupt the market. This project is not disrupting anything but improving the market. Again, let me also say, this project will be reducing food costs in Lagos by at least 25% for the consumers because it will reduce waste by 25%. This project, in addition, will be creating jobs for everybody in the value chain, which currently is not in the situation. It is relegated to only a few people, but everybody, a white-collar person will be involved, everybody will be involved, bankers will benefit in a very structured way.
The chairman, House Committee on Agriculture, assures the people of making the project a reality.
I'm particularly delighted to see what is going on this groundbreaking ceremony. When I saw what they have presented to us, it's a very good, and I pray the job finish on time, because if you look at the number of the people that this particular job is going to employ, which is some of those things that we politicians we're always proud of. And our purpose of coming here in large number is for the governor, for the Mr. Governor to know that there is a very good synergy between the executive and the legislative arms of the government. And that's one of the reasons why we are here. And we are ready to support you with all this necessary legislation that is going to assist you to deliver this type of projects to the people of Lagos State.
The Food Systems Logistics Hub incorporates a trading area, cold chain, dry goods services, processing facilities, packaging facilities, and logistics services.
From food security to the health sector, this time the Lagos State government is constructing a psychiatric hospital in Ekpe as well to address mental health issues. Now, the State Commissioner for Health, Professor Akinbayomi, who paid a visit to the site, says the project is divided into 3 phases and the first phase will be delivered in the next 12 months.
This is the construction site of an intended psychiatric hospital and rehabilitation center located in Ketu-Ejinrin, Ekpe, Lagos. The state government says it's making efforts to expand its medical facilities across the state. This time, 1,500-bed psychiatric hospital will be provided for the people of Ekpe to cater for patients with mental issues. The Deputy Incident Commander, Professor Akia Bayomi, who is also the State Commissioner for Health, is here to carry out on-the-spot assessments of what has been achieved.
20 people in there. Yeah. The same one either side.
The first phase of the project is 500-bed capacity, and the state government says it will be delivered in the next 12 months.
What we're doing here is building the first of its type, a 500-bed psychiatric hospital as phase 1, and as phase 2, it will be a 1,000-bed rehabilitation facility. We had originally earmarked this project for Majidun, Nera Ikorodu, but the size of the project and the number of beds that we wanted to build in Lagos made it impossible for us to use that location. So luckily, Mr. Governor created the opportunity for us to come to this part of Lagos where we have fairly vast amount of land available, and the community were very happy to receive us. And so we relocated the project from Majidun to Ketu-Ejinrin. It is in line with our themes agenda. It's also in line with the new mental health law that we promulgated in Lagos in 2019. And one important facet of that law was the creation of infrastructure to look after Lagosians who have mental health concerns or issues. And so the project is divided into two. The first phase, which is ongoing at the moment, in the background you can see the area plan and the site and the progress up to date, is the 500-bed psychiatric hospital, and that will be completed in the next 12 months and will become operational.
The second phase of the project will be constructed on 25 hectares of land to provide therapy service to patients with all forms of mental illness.
And the phase 2 will comprise of a 1,000-bed rehabilitation, which is basically a place where Lagosians who require some sort of mental rehabilitation or addiction rehabilitation can come and receive professional therapy. So we're going to make this place almost the center of mental health expertise in Nigeria. It's the biggest of its kind. There is no other such facility in Nigeria or West Africa for that matter. And so it becomes a center of expertise for all mental health issues. As we know in Lagos, by virtue of the environment in which we live, there's a lot of environmental stress. There's a lot of pressure on inhabitants of Lagos. And so we are seeing more and more cases of conditions associated with mental issues. And we've just come out of COVID, and COVID was an accelerator of mental health aberrations. And so this project is coming at a very opportune time when we're really short of psychiatric and mental health beds. There's a huge gap. We need 7,000 beds in Nigeria, and we only have very few at the moment. It's going to make a dent in the shortage of psychiatric beds facilities to Lagosians and Nigerians as a whole. And of course, something this size is going to attract a lot of academic attention. And so we want to create a psychiatric institute of research just outside this facility in the buffer zone so that we can attract academics, both state academics, national academics, and international academics to come and make and help us to make this place an internationally recognized center for mental health issues and mental health well-being of both Lagosians and our surrounding states and communities.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu also visits the construction site.
50 beds, 500 beds in different sizes, dormitories, private rooms, semi-private rooms.
When completed, this facility will be a medical zone with research center, diagnostics pavilion, administrative block, and other necessary units that would serve as a support center for the health institution.
And finally, on Dateline Lagos, well, the Lagos State government has expanded its employability program, Jobs Initiative Lagos, to include a job fair which allows final year students meet recruitment firms while rounding up their study at the institution.
It's very, very important to us.
Final year students of the Lagos State's own tertiary institutions gathered at the Lagos State University last week to benefit from the second edition of the Jobs Initiative Lagos.
And when we have also opportunities to interact with brilliant minds also, opportunity to network.
The program is a complementary training in entrepreneurship and basic digital skills organized by the Office of the Special Advisor on Education to prepare students for the workplace.
Making use of the internet space and the network space to our advantage, and it's paying us handsomely.
Guest speakers encourage the students to have the right skills and passion that would help them achieve their dreams.
So there's this saying that Nigerian youth or Nigerian graduates are not employable, right? You graduate from university and the demand from the workplace is entirely different from what you were taught in school. And that itself creates a gap, right? But at the same time, it's very important that we understand that the world is changing, and the world is changing very, very fast. In fact, COVID itself made the development faster. And it's very important for everyone to have that mindset, understand that mindset, right? That growth mindset that what is expected of you, the skills that is expected of you in the workplace, right, are skills that are demand-driven. Right? Organizations would not spend time, right, looking for talent that will not add value to the organization, right? And that is exactly where the foundation of the discussion starts from. What value do you have, right? It also starts by you having what we call self-awareness of you knowing what your strengths are, your weaknesses are, and taking advantage of opportunities. The reason why I'm saying so is this. Organizations, because for Japan, for example, there are so many jobs. Last year, for example, we closed the year with so many jobs that people didn't have the skills for. Employers needed those skills, but there was that gap, people not having that skills, right, to fill up those gaps. Now, it's very important that we upskill one another, we upskill ourselves. According to the World Economic Forum, right, it says that by the year 2030, over 50% of workers will need to upskill, right, due to increase in technological advancement. And that is exactly the direction in which everyone in this hall needs to move along.
We need to evolve beyond the whole idea of employment. And we need to start thinking about how to be entrepreneurs, how to be problem solvers, and how to be employer of labors. Directly now, we have over 75 people that are working with us, and indirectly, we have over 2,000 people because we are directly responsible for the payment of the drivers, people driving those BRT and first and last man, the agents that you people are topping up your card with. And at the end of the day, you have no idea how a simple idea that you probably have in your head right now, that you are thinking about how to go about, can go. It can revolutionize the entire country. Just like my friend from Jobama have said, before you know it, before you are able to get 5 million people employed, you need a simple idea that you are willing to see through and you are willing to, put all your energy into and transform the world with.
When I get to the class, the first thing I ask my students, aside from being in school, what do you do? As I'm speaking with you, our shelf in the department was being done by a 200 level student in our faculty. Carpentry. We have them, so they know me. Like the coordinator, Professor Mobi. He will say, Mama, entrepreneurship is here. I will not ask you about your certificate. The first thing I will ask you, what is the skill you've been able to garner? We don't want you in the unemployment market again.
The students are grateful for the knowledge gained.
This program is actually very enlightening. It has been able to help me, from my perspective, to be able to understand a lot of things, how to hone our skills, how to... They talked about entrepreneurship and how we can combine those two with our certificates. We should not be just certificate-based, we should also have entrepreneurship, and I think it's actually very good.
First of all, I want to give thanks to the VC of our school, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Ibiyemi Bello, and I want to give thanks to the Special Advisor of Education for putting this program together. This program has been very, very impactful for us. It taught us not only entrepreneurship, but also the importance of volunteering, especially in the cities, because the employers right now, they are not only looking for just your certificate and every other thing. They're also looking for how you have diverse yourself. You have garnered experience from different aspects of life, also in volunteering, helping people generally, giving back to society from what you've been given. So basically, it is a program that teaches us to be self-employed. It teaches us entrepreneurship skills, the very, very importance of entrepreneurship skills, such as feasibility studies, proposals, and many other things, and how to present yourself, brand yourself to the public.
What I've been able to learn so far is that you should learn to strike a balance with your work and your business and school activities, if at all you have any. And you should also invest in your professional growth. That's learning skills, both digital and soft skills that are going to help you in the labor market when you leave school. And also, if you have a business idea, you should tally with a problem-solving idea. Like, don't just start a business because you want to start a business and make profit. You should have a problem-solving business also.
And the coordinators of the Jobs Initiative Lagos says exposing the students to the necessary skills would help reduce their tension on white-collar jobs.
Lagos State government is actually doing what they know how to do, and that is excellence. So Lagos State government is actually doing well. It's a very good initiative. And Lagos State University, our Vice Chancellor, Professor Ibiyemi Bello, has also given moral support and asking that we must ensure that we mobilize the final year students of Lagos State University to attend this very laudable program. And so we have this afternoon students from Ekpe campus of Lagos State University. Even our medical students are here. And we also have the students from the School of Nursing. So it's a very good one. And so we want to key into it. And we believe that this is a good thing that they are doing for our students, especially in the 21st century. I mean, it's a good one. And that's why you can see a large turnout of students. Even as early as 8 o'clock, students from Ekpe campus, they're already here. I mean, preparation for this program. Lecturers are here. I mean, you can see my colleagues, this is the Dean of Students Affairs. You can see my colleague too, Dr. Mrs. Shobowale. All of us, and some others are in the hall there, trying to make sure that we give maximum support to Lagos State government in the realization of this laudable objective of ensuring that final year students of Lagos State University are not just students that will be bored with theories, but in terms of practical innovation and technology. And that's what we're doing now, and I think it's a good thing. We started with the Ready Set to Work project. And so I coordinated the 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, up to 4.0, and it terminated. So this one has just cascaded into, Jobs Initiative Lagos. So this is the second edition of the Jobs Initiative Lagos that we are having here in Lasso. We had the first one last year, and this is the second one. This one, there is a large turnout. I mean, if you compare this with what happened last year, students actually embrace this and more than what we had last year. After the COVID-19, there was a kind of resilience on the part of the students. But now, they are actually eager to come and benefit from this project this time around. So it's a good one. It's better than what we had last year. We are believing that next year's own too will be far, far, far better than this year's own.
Over the years, due to COVID, we've been having the classes online and just have students go there, learn at their own pace and to get their certification. But then for this year, we thought of making it different. So we came up with a job fair. So in this job fair, students have their CVs revamped. They get to meet mentors who are professionals in various fields, and they get to be placed by employment companies. Like right now, like you can see, we have Jobberman here, we have Cowrie here, we have Doheny and other recruitment services here. So yes, that's what we try to do to make it different and to make it more impactful for the final year students. Yeah, so we added the job fair because we realized that over the years, employment has been an issue, and like the project's name insinuates, Jobs Initiative Lagos. So the main brain behind it is to create jobs. So whatever we are doing, we always have that at the back of our mind.
As the students look forward to the marketplace, the Jobs Initiative Lagos aims to make students become independent in their various fields of interest.
And that's the program for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Until we come your way again next time, please stay safe.